Good morning, students. I hope you are preparing for the exam that I will be taking on a Friday. So let's start the chapter that I have started in the last class. So in last class I have started the second chapter of the chemistry, that is separation of substances. And in that class I have told you what is separation and why do we need to do separation. So let's see, let's recapitulate. I have told you that what is separation. Separation means to be isolated, মানে আলাদা করা. And why we need to do separation? So to get the pure substances, to remove the harmful substances, unwanted substances. And we do separation, sometimes also we do separation so that we get two different substances and we can use those two different substances for different purposes. Let's go through that recapitulation. That first is separate the tea leaves from the tea. I have given you example that when your mother prepares tea while serving, she used to separate it. She used to separate the tea leaves from the tea by helping what? Strainer. So see, that is also one kind of separation. And the purpose of for which we do the separation, why we do that separation, why she used to do, so that to remove the unwanted or non-useful components, because tea leaf is not something useful. It will not feel good whenever you want to drink a tea. So someone wants to drink the tea to relish, to enjoy. If something stone or something that's stuck, you won't feel enjoy. You won't feel any pleasure to drink. So to remove the non-useful, unwanted components. And what we do with that tea after separation? After separating the tea leaves, what she used to do? She used to throw away that. She used to throw away that solid components. We have seen that. And second is churning of milk. That is boiling. Once you have boiled the milk, you will see after cooling down that a separate something is floating on the milk. That floating, that's something which the substance is that is floating on the milk, that is cream. And what we used to do, what your mother used to do or your grandmother used to do, she used to keep that she used to keep that cream in another container, in a separate container. So what she used to separate are two different but useful component. She used to separate the milk and the cream separately. And what we used to do, and with that thing, two different things, we make we use them for a different purposes. And what are the purposes? We have seen for milk we can make paneer, we can make curd, we can make mishti, payesh, different things. And with the short, we can make butter, ghee, cream, the cake. The topping of the cake is done by what? Cream. And that cream is made from where? It is made from that shore. So what we used to do with that separated components, we use both the components. I have given you example. You have also seen one mice that separating stone from the rice. You have seen while some in home, now you have seen that when mother used to cook rice, she used to separate it. She used to first find out if there is anything kakor is present in that component, or a stone is present in, a pebble is present in the stone, in the rice or not. So because why? Because stone is a harmful. If we don't separate it, it will, while eating, it will hurt your teeth. So that you yourself don't get hurt. So that's why she used to separate. So we separate to remove the impurities or harmful. Impurities and harmful, because if you don't separate, that will hurt your teeth, it will hurt your mouth. So as a result, so to avoid that, she used to separate that component. And what she used to do with that component? After separation, she used to throw away. We don't keep that stone, we throw away. So we have seen that why we do separation and what we do with the impurities and what purpose and the purpose of doing the separation. Now let's understand that okay, we have understood that why we need to do separation. But here question is, we will do separation of what? Of what we will do the separation? We will do the separation of what substances? Impure substances. The substances which are not in the form of pure. We are doing separation for the pure, to get the pure substances. That means the substances which are present in the impure form, we separate them. Like I give an example, separate tea leaves from tea, separate a stone from the rice. So let's understand that's what is this impure substances. So we have understood that we will do the separation of what? We will do the separation of impure substances, because we doing the separation to get the To get what? To get the pure substances. So pure substances doesn't need any separation. Only the impure substances are need a separation. So on the basis of the purity, based on purity, we are classifying. So based on purity, we can classify that is one can be pure form of substances, can be two form, that is pure form of substances, and impure form of substances. First we have to understand what is pure form of substances. Pure form of substances, if any substances is a pure form, that means it contains only one kind of substances. One kind of substances. Like for example, that water, clear water. If we talk about water, that water won't contain anything. Only water. So there is no, so for water we don't need any separation. We don't separate water from anything. But if you add something in water, then we need separation. So pure form, clear water don't need any kind of separation. So pure form of substances are the substances in which it contains only one kind of substance. One kind of components. So we can say that component means a kind of a substance. So in a pure form of substances, it contains only one component in it. One kind of component. Like in salt. Pure salt. If you say the salt we have, the sugar we have in our home, we don't separate it from anything. Because what? Because it is a pure form. Water. If the water is very clear, if the water is very clear and is very pure, we don't separate it. So pure substance doesn't need any separation. Does not need any separation. Because they are already in a pure form. Why do we need to do separation? But what is impure form of substances? Impure form of substances are the substances where it contains two or more components. Two or more different components. That means it contains two or more different components. Example, like water is one component, salt is one component, and sugar is one component. Now you dissolve them. What is it? The matter, the substance that has formed, it is a mixture. So this kind of thing, this kind of impure form of substances, we often call it as a what? We call it as a mixture. So some impure form of substances are called, actually generally the common name of this impure form of substances are called mixture. So what is mixture? Mixture is that it contains two or more different components. The two or more different components, this is called mixture. As I told, water is one component, salt is one component, sugar is one component. And if you mix them, if you mix together, the substance we got is an impure substance. The substance that we got is an impure substance, or we can say the impure form of substance is called what? Is called mixture. The substance that we got is a mixture. So since that substance already contain two or more components, different components, so this kind of substances or this mixture need to be separated. They need to be separated. So now we have understood that whom should we separate and whom should we not separate. The pure form of substance that only contain one component in it doesn't need any separation. But impure form of substance, but if any substance is in impure form, we often call them, this impure form of substance often called as a mixture. It contains two or more different components and they are called mixture, and because it contains two or more different components, they need to be separated. we often separated this kind of substances, this mixture. We often separate this kind of mixture. Now let's understand this impure form of substances. Of course. So we have understood what is impure form of substances and impure form of substances. Now we will discuss, since we are talking about the separation of the substances, so here we will talk about the impure form of substances. So impure form of substances is called mixture. Impure form of substances is called mixture, which contains two or more different components in it. Two or more components in it. And this mixture, they need to be separated. We don't separate pure substance, but we separate impure form of substances. Now let's take example. How? As you can see, here I will see, wait a minute. As you can see, this is glass of water. Two glass containing water. Clear water. Nothing in it. And you can see two bowl in which one I have taken sugar and in other we have taken a clay or sand, you can say sand. So now I will make a two mixture. In one I will add what? In one I will add sugar. I am adding sugar. And in other I will add clay. Wait. And I will mix. See, these two are two different components. Sugar and water and clay, these are different components. Now I am mixing. One in which I am mixing water and what? Sand. And I am mixing them. In a second, you will see I will be mixing. Here I have taken what? I have taken water and sugar, and now I will be mixing it. See, this is two different mixture. This is two different mixture formed by what? Two different components. So these are the impure form of substances where I have added two or more components in it. I have added a sugar in water, and in another I have added a sand plus water. Since this have become impure, since two or more components are present in it, since this contains two components is present in it, here also two component is present in it, so we say it is at what? We call it as a mixture. So a mixture example we can say what? Sand plus water and salt or sugar plus water. But here, while observing two mixture, you see the two different property. What is that? In which you can see clear solution, or you can see it is dissolved. In another it is you cannot see muddiness in it. So here even the mixture, depending upon as you can see the two different mixture, depending on this, again the mixture has been classified. There are two different type of mixture, and what are they? There are two different type of mixture. As you have seen that one is colorless solution while dissolving in it, and another you can see there is no colorless solution. It has something turned into mud, water or something. So two different property you can see through it. You can see two different property in each mixture, and depending on this property, variation in properties, this mixture has been classified into two. And what is this? One is called homogeneous mixture. Second is called heterogeneous. Now whom should we call homogeneous and whom should we call heterogeneous? We call this sugar or salt solution, sugar plus water mixture, we call this at what? We call this homogeneous. So salt or sugar plus water is a homogeneous mixture, and heterogeneous is what? In which you can see that there is no clear solution in it. So the sand and water is heterogeneous mixture. So what is homogeneous and heterogeneous? Now we will understand. So depending variation in the properties, as you have seen, one is forming a colorless at its view as, and you can even see the sugar is completely dissolving in it, disappearing in it. So that kind of mixture, that kind of thing we call, that kind of substances we call a homogeneous mixture. But one, when we add a sand in a water, we can see the sand has not dissolved in it, has not disappeared. Plus, color of the water has converted into something muddy color or white sand color. So we can say this kind of mixture is heterogeneous mixture. So sand and water is heterogeneous and homogeneous is sugar and water. Now we will understand what is homogeneous and what is heterogeneous.